Tonight's broadcast is made possible by Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Ironworkers Local 395, proud to be union. Four Seasons Mechanical, quality and comfort is our guarantee. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn. Pulse Technology, leading the way in technological innovation for over 70 years. Visit Michigan City LaPorte, closer than you think, better than you imagine. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn, downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
And good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Softball Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We come to you today from beautiful Lake Central High School here in St. John, as the Region Sports Network presents live coverage of Indiana High School softball, as the Valparaiso Vikings come into town to take on the Lake Central Indians in the annual Pink Game here at Lake Central between the two squads. Happy to have you along with us. Michael Brenner here on site for all the play-by-play, and we'll bring you this phenomenal matchup here in the DAC. But more importantly, tonight it is the Pink Game. It is a recognition of those fighting, have fought, and will fight for all sorts of different things, but mostly in the form of breast cancer, and knowing that everyone stands with you in that fight in general. So you'll see a lot of pink on the field here today. Normally you'll see a lot of blue and sometimes green here as the Valparaiso Vikings come into town, but today you'll see more pink than anything else. Just had a nice tribute before we went on the air, as we'll see the starting lineups here in just a moment for both squads. But nice number of faculty here from Lake Central High School honored as survivors battling breast cancer. So great to see them out and about and doing a great job. And also,
Together we can provide a safe and respectful environment for all. First, the starting lineup for the visitors from Valparaiso.
so we'll see the starting lineup here. I was just saying great tribute to a lot of those individuals that were recognized here just a little bit ago.
Playing third, number 13.
Happy to have you with us for some softball here on the Region Sports Network. Final matchup of the season. Before we get ready for softball sectionals here right around the corner for Lake Central, their final game of the regular season. Valparaiso will have one more here tonight. Then on the 21st, they'll take on Hanover Central over at Valparaiso. So Valparaiso coming in with a record of 14-8-1, 7-6 in the Duneland Athletic Conference. Last time they faced the Indians over in Valparaiso is a 17-4 victory for Lake Central. And now we'll bring you the starting lineups for both squads here as they're being introduced. And for Lake Central, they're getting a lot of recognition. And you'll see some youngsters out there as well with the starting lineup. We'll bring you that starting lineup here in just a little bit. But see some youngsters in there as well. That's elementary school students from Miss Yelich's elementary school class who adopted the softball team this year. So they're getting some opportunities to be out here. You see some high fives and some fist bumps taking place, giving some nice treats to the members of the Valpo starting lineup. Just fun festivities out here at Lake Central today. Really fun atmosphere and recognizing, a very worthy cause, obviously. Just one form of cancer to talk about. So many more that we could talk about and recognize, unfortunately. And the many survivors, the many that have lost the battle. But we are now going to tune you into our national anthem. Great rendition of the national anthem. Apologies. We'll move on to the starting lineups right now. Tonight's batting orders are powered by Great Lakes Sports Hub, where athletes train harder, recover smarter, and compete at their best. Elevate your game at the Hub. For the Valparaiso Vikings, they will send this lineup to the dish. It'll be Maddie Horka, followed by Elizabeth Kozik, and then Delilah Kincaid. In the cleanup spot, Kylie McMillan, and then Morgan Higgins, along with Megan Sulcer. Rounding out the lineup, Addison Simpson, Addison Schultz, and Ariana Morris. In the outfield for Lake Central, Ramirez, Urbanski, and Wilkins from left to right. Tripp and Iwema on the left side from third to short, and then Van Vossen and Beal second to first, with Maddie Wainwright behind the dish today for the starter Jada Lewis, we'll give you those numbers in just a moment, but Jada Lewis will be the starting pitcher for today. Starting pitcher today for Valparaiso will be Kylie McMillan. She's in the cleanup spot. We'll give you her numbers in a little bit as well. But we are going to introduce the starting pitcher for Lake Central. That means we turn to the Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurler for today, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. And that is, as I said, Jada Lewis, who in 11 appearances this year is 5-0 with a 1.53 ERA. She's given up just a couple of home runs in 32 innings pitched, given up 20 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 12 walks, but 43 strikeouts. So she gets the nod here in the DAC matchup against the Valparaiso Vikings. Our game day forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Today's forecast, a very comfortable 78 degrees, a little bit of overcast skies, but the rain has pretty much, we believe, washed away a little bit. Had a little drizzle, a little mist that came through St. John here just before the pitch, so we're just a slightly bit delayed. But that forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. So Kylie McMillan, as we mentioned, will be the starting pitcher for Valparaiso. We'll bring you her numbers when she gets ready to head in the circle. But heading to the dish first will be Maddie Horka. So with Lewis in the circle, we're ready to begin first pitch here at Lake Central. Who doesn't love a little DAC action on a Tuesday? First pitch, this one bounced right back to Lewis, who throws it, and it gets away over at first base from Beals. So it gets away just on the first play of the game. So Horka on via the air.
Now batting, catcher, number 10, Elizabeth Hosek.
So now Elizabeth Hosek will have a chance to keep the lineup moving for the Valparaiso Vikings. We mentioned Horka, Kozik, and Kincaid, your scheduled hitters here in the first inning. If anybody gets on, it'll be McMillan, who may be able to help her own cause here with a runner on first base now. Lewis back in the circle, ready to deliver the first pitch. She delivers, and it's missing for, nope, it is called a strike. Lewis getting the sign that she wants. Checks the armband. Now rocks and fires. This one fouled back to the screen. So quickly 0-2 on Kozik, catcher for today. So she'll be behind the dish when McMillan heads out there. Another check from Lewis. Looking for a strikeout. Would be the 44th of the season for her if she can get it here. The pitch. Chopped back to Tripp, who will throw to second for one. Over to first. Won't be in time, but they get the lead runner over at second base. So Van Vossen gives a little pat of the back and says, hey, nice job trying to get the force not to happen at second, but we got it anyway. So a fielder's choice for Kozik. You see that more and more as we get further and further with the travel ball. Players that know each other so well from opposing teams here as Kincaid with a throw down to first, not in time. Kincaid at the dish. Really close play from Wainwright down to Beals at first base there. Kozik able to slide back in just in time. With all the travel ball, the tournaments that take place year-round, so many of these players know each other so well, no matter what school they go to. Probably even play on the same travel ball team. We could have plenty of players on the Valpo and Lake Central team that play together once the school year ends. Kincaid batting .448 on the year, represents third base over there. That pitch missing for a ball, so 3-0 the count on Kincaid. Mentioned .448 average. She's got 14 extra base hits. She would like to rocket one and keep this lineup moving, if at all possible. Lewis with other intentions. This one lined and caught by Van Vossen on the dive at second base. Nice play by Van Vossen, and now 2 away here in the first. So this will bring up Kylie McMillan. .351 average this season. 9 extra base hits. She would like one here. Try to help her cause and try to get some runs in. The pitch from Lewis. It's upstairs. Throw back to first. Not in time. Wainwright with that quick arm back there behind the dish. Just ahead of that LC logo you see on your screen there. Swing and a miss. Off the pitch from Lewis, 1-2. The count for McMillan. If she gets on, it'll be Higgins to the dish, the designated player. And we'll have time called here. And we'll do it again. 1-2. This one line foul down the right field line, heads towards the baseball field. Varsity baseball game is going on. Lake Central and Maryville. Senior night for the Indians. What a DAC battle over there. Just to our right. Lewis fires another 1-2. This one lined out into center. Drifting back is Urbanski, and she's got it out there in center field. So, despite the error in the fielder's choice, no runs come across the board. Lake Central coming up in the bottom of the first. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
And halfway through one.
Get Pulse Technology on your team. Hit a home run with our managed print and copier services, IT and technology solutions, office furniture and design services, office supplies, scoreboards, and AV solutions.
Have you heard? Strachan Mantel was voted Best of the Region 2025 in several categories, including Best Caterer, Deli, Flower Shop, Food and Grocery Delivery, Fried Chicken, Place to Buy Produce, Place to Buy Seafood, Loyalty Program, and Grocery Store. We're proud to be recognized by our community, and we're committed to continuing to deliver the variety, value, and convenience you deserve. See for yourself what it means to be the best when you shop at Strachan Mantel.
Welcome back to Softball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Happy to have you with us on a beautiful Tuesday evening. Clouds a little overcast, but still got really good temperatures. A little breeze blowing through. Cottonwood flying, so kind of almost looks like it's snowing here in St. John. Let's go ahead and give you the starting pitcher for the Valparaiso Vikings. That means we turn to the Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for today. Brought to you by Enigenberg Exteriors, experienced roofing and siding contractor serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. That's Berg with a U, by the way. Kylie McMillan in the circle today for the Valparaiso Vikings. In 14 appearances, she is 5-3 with a 3.69 ERA. She has given up 4 home runs in 49 in the third innings pitched. She's given up 57 hits along with 41 runs, only 26 earned, though. And she's got a 1-to-1 strikeout-to-walk ratio, 23 walks, 23 strikeouts. Give you the Lake Central batting order here in just a moment. It is leading off Michaela Van Vossen. First pitch to her misses low. So batting lineups tonight brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. Michaela Van Vossen, the senior, represents second base. Leading things off from the left side. The 1-0 to her, misses outside. Next up, it is a called strike on the outer part of the plate. Benny Wainwright awaits on deck, followed by Lexi Iwema in the 3 spot. Those are your scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the first inning. Still no score in this DAC matchup. The 1-1 swung on and missed, 1-2. In the cleanup spot is Tegan Tripp, third baseman, followed by Maddie Such and Sophia Beals in the middle of the lineup. Emma Wilkins, Callie Ramirez, and Piper Urbanski round out that Lake Central lineup. That pitch to Van Vossen misses for a ball, 2-2. Still some ominous clouds up above, but things seem to be clearing out decently here. The wind is definitely moving, creating a nice breeze for us. That's on the outside part of the plate for called strike 3.
Now batting, the catcher, number 24.
So now the catcher, Maddie Wainwright, will head to the dish. We mentioned how going to be a lot of pink on the field today. Lake Central sporting their pink jerseys and the pink bands around ankles, elbows, you name it. All the drip decked out in pink today. Valparaiso also wearing pink, so if you're looking for blue and green, you're not going to find it. So that first pitch to Wainwright misses outside for ball 1. But this is the annual pink game here at Lake Central. McMillan checks the armband for the sign that she got. Now rocks and fires from the circle. This one lined right back up the middle for a hit. Wainwright batting .575 on the year. Going to get that average to tick up a little bit. A 1-out single here in the first inning. And now Lexi Iwema, who's definitely got some pop in that bat. 27 extra base hits on the year. And we'll have a courtesy runner
Number 28, Caitlin Stryler.
for Lake Central. Caitlin Stryler will be your courtesy runner. And first pitch to Iwema. In there for a called strike. That one misses for a ball, so 1-1. Iwema batting .564 on the season. We mentioned those 27 extra base hits. She has driven in 57. This one chopped on the ground. This will be a foul ball, so 1-2. The count to Iwema. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. There's a little back pick over at first base. Not in time, though. So 2 strikeouts here in the first inning. One looking, now one swinging. And this will bring up the cleanup hitter, the senior Tegan Tripp. Tripp batting .547 on the season. Feels like since we're getting towards the end of May, feels like the young season if you're a baseball fan. But we've been at this since late March for the high school softball season. So definitely not early in the season for sure. For Lake Central, this whole campaign got started over at Munster High School. As that pitch in there for a called strike. over at Munster High School. An 8-0 victory for them, for the Valparaiso Vikings. Their campaign started over at Crown Point. This is a roller down to the third baseline. Over to first. They're going to be in time as Kincaid makes the play and the 5-3 put out. So despite the single, McMillan is able to get out of the jam, and we go to the second inning. No score. You're watching Softball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Hey, welcome back to Softball Night here on the Region Sports Network. We've got the pink game here in St. John. Vikings and Indians in a DAC battle. Morgan Higgins, Megan Sulser, and Addison Simpson, your scheduled hitters here in the top half of the second inning. First pitch into Higgins for a strike. Batting lineups tonight brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They are more than a dome. Lewis has the sign she wants. Here's the pitch. This one ticketed right back up the middle and through for a hit. The first single of the day for the Valparaiso Vikings. They've had two base runners. This is now the third. First of the hit variety, though, for the Vikings. As Sulser makes her way to the dish. Second baseman today. Been 367. She's got a couple of extra base hits to her name. She's got that on her mind right now. First pitch here shows bunt. It's bunted foul, so it'll be a strike to get things started. To keep up with all things Region Sports, be sure to check out all of our social media pages. We're always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and on our website at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. Waiting for the sign she wants. Sulser awaits an 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Slaps this one fouled on the third base line. Tripp picks it up, throws to first, and it is not going to be in time. So safe all the way around. Both runners on. That'll be an infield single for Sulser. Nice running by the second baseman.
Number 14, Addison Simpson.
And now Addison Simpson will come up with two on. Nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Valparaiso would like to get a little redemption after their loss to Lake Central earlier this season. This one a bunt, and Tripp picks it up, throws to first. This one going to be in time to throw to third. And safe over there at third. It's a runners on the corner, runners on second and third with one away now here in the first. Sacrifice bunt. Laid down successfully. So two runners in scoring position. Addison Schultz here, the first baseman, comes up. She's got 12 RBIs to her name. Batting .318. She's thinking this would be an opportune time to knock her first extra base hit of the year. But she'll take a single just to score a run. Heck, she'll even take just a fly out if need be, just to get an early lead here against the Lake Central Indians. For Lake Central, coming in 25-1 on the year. Pitch right back to the middle, into the circle. Wainwright Down to Tripp, back to Wainwright. The tag is in time. Trying to throw to second, and she'll be back over there in time. That's Sulcer over there at second. Higgins thrown out at the plate. So 1-2, 5-2 on the putout.
Ariana Morris.
So big out for Lake Central. There's 2 outs now with a runner still at second base. Schultz on with the fielder's choice. So first and second, I should say, beg your pardon. With Ariana Morris, the left fielder now at the dish. That pitch on the outside edge for a called strike. Mentioned Lake Central 25-1 on the year, undefeated in conference play, 13-0. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. They may have her. They did. Wainwright to Van Vossen for the putout at second base. And maybe an early candidate for our Browning and home play of the game. Do we have the replay for you up here? There it is, down to second. And the putout to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. You're watching Softball Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Open on the third base.
Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's Insurance Professionals, Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Bottom of the second here in St. John. No score. Lake Central getting out of a early jam. Valpo running into some running miscues early on here. First pitch, strike on the outer edge part of the plate. Maddie Such, Sophia Beals, and Emma Wilkins, your scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the second. Batting lineups tonight brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. Short roller to third. Kincaid to first is in time. Back-to-back 5-3 putouts for Kincaid. We go now with the senior Sophia Beals, the first baseman. She's been just under 400 this season. Looking to get a little something going for the Lake Central Indians here in front of their home crowd. Annual pink game here at Lake Central. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Kylie McMillan. McMillan, 25 strikeouts on the year now. She was even coming into this with her walk rate. 23 walks, 23 strikeouts. That's going to be a strike. 0-2 the count to Beals. But with the live updated stats, 25 strikeouts, 23 walks. The 0-2. That one skips in there for ball one. So 1-2 to Beals. You look up and down these numbers for Lake Central. Really impressive numbers all the way around. 30 RBIs for Sophia Beals. And that's just everyone in the high 20s, 30s. Then you can start getting into the 40s and 50s as well, and you wonder how Lake Central is scoring all these runs while getting the timely hitting, getting players on base. And it starts with working a good at-bat like this, down 0-2, now working a full count. Here comes the payoff pitch from the circle. This one popped in the air. Out to center. Horka camps underneath. She slaps the leather together for out number 2.
Now batting, right Emma Wilkins.
So Emma Wilkins here, the junior, batting .312 on the year. She's patrolling right field out there for the Indians today. Valpo outfielders way back in the outfield. First pitch in there for a strike on Wilkins. Next pitch down low for a ball, so evens the count here at 1. Don't forget, at the conclusion of today's game, we'll have the crowd company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. They have offices open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. This one popped up right center, drifting back and out of here for the home run. Emma Wilkins deposits one into right center, and it's 1-0 Lake Central. Last time against the Valparaiso Vikings, Wilkins was 1 for 4 with a home run. And now in this one, she's 1 for 1 with a home run. This brings up Callie Ramirez, now the sophomore in this Lake Central lineup. Two away here in the second. That pitch on the outside edge for a called strike. As McMillan awaits the sign she wants, checks the armband, now delivers the pitch. This one skips in there. Got a great crew on hand here at Lake Central today. Zach Zanelli working the buttons and dials over there. Thomas Marsh working the camera. I keep moving him over to his right. I keep drifting over in his area here as he's working the camera. So, sorry, Mr. Marsh. That one's a called strike on the outside part of the plate. Of course, our management team, executive producer Chris Ramirez, our operations manager Rich Castillo, coordinating producer Zach Miller, and our sports director Mike Dewan. This one over the head of Sulzer at second and into right center and trying to stretch for 2, and Ramirez is in there with the double. Her third extra base hit of the year. She turns on the Jets. And now a double following the home run, as this will bring up Piper Urbanski. Great crowd on hand here at Lake Central as well. Plenty of youngsters in attendance. First pitch misses for ball 1. Valpo crowd made it out here. I see a lot of youngsters moving around, playing some wall ball, playing some catch. Gloves, baseball, softballs all over the place. Fans tuned in all around the ballpark. Swing and a miss from Urbanski, but it gets away from Kozik, so both runners advance, or the runner advances from second, so down to third goes Ramirez on the wild pitch. So 1-1 the count here to Urbanski. McMillan rocks and fires and misses for a ball. Urbanski batting .446 on the year. Looking for her 12th RBI of the year. That one misses outside. She'll take a walk as well. As the count now 3-1. 2 out, 1 on, 1 in already for Lake Central here in the sixth inning. Or, I'm sorry, in the second inning, excuse me. This one chopped on the ground right to Schultz, and Schultz steps on the cushion and retires the side. Lake Central leads at 1-0 after 2. We go to the third inning. You're watching Softball Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Third inning rolls along here at Lake Central. A little softball night for you here on the Region Sports Network. Be the 9-1-2 hitters in this lineup. Ariana Morris gets another chance at the dish. The put out at second base keeps her at bat alive here. New count though. First pitch to her in there. Nope, I beg your pardon. Misses for ball one. So Morris is batting .320 on the year. It's like that first one never happened. Here's the 1-0 into her. Misses upstairs, so 2-0 on Morris. Horka and Kozik due up here in this inning as well in the top half of the third. Batting lineups brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. Chopped on the ground, foul, so 2-1 the count. Sun's starting to peek through some of those ominous clouds that we've been having overhead here at Lake Central. Comes the 2-1. This one ticketed out to right center. This will touch down and roll to the wall. Morris heading to second, and she'll drop anchor there with a leadoff double to start things up in the third for Valparaiso.
Now batting, center fielder, number 1, Maddie Horka.
So for Horka, coming up here with an RBI opportunity. She's got 11 on the year. She would love her 12th right now. Valpo has had the leadoff hitter on every single inning. But they've run into some base running issues here as the first pitch, as they called strike on Horka. She reached via the air. The ball went right back to Lewis. Lewis just kind of threw it wide a little bit of first base, a little low and wide. But she was ended up being put out on a fielder's choice the very next at bat. Thought about throwing down to second, but no one there. 6 base runners now for Valparaiso. They've only left 2 on base, no score. Morris at second, trying to be the first run and to tie this ball game here against Lake Central. Pitch misses low, so 2-1 at the count here on Horka. 375 average coming into today. 0 for 1 on the day. She did reach on that error, though, so she's been on base. 9 extra base hits. She wouldn't mind another one here for number 10. It's the 2-1. In there for a strike on the outer edge of the plate. 2-2. Corner infielders playing even with the bag. Middle infielders playing back a little bit. Here's the pitch. It's lined foul. It actually hits the light post, it looks like, I believe. Otherwise, that might have been ticketed for the outfield over in the high school field. A little pop to it. I don't see that too often. The foul balls for softball ending up on the baseball field. This one rocketed out to left center and drops in for a hit. Had to wait to make sure it didn't get caught. So advancing to third is Morris, but it's a single for Horka. So her first hit of the day. And now runners on the corners for Valparaiso. Valpo 1 for 2 right now with runners in scoring position. And Elizabeth Kozik due up here. Best average in the lineup coming into the day, 470 batting average with a 24 RBI number and then a 14 extra base hits. So those 24 RBIs, she's looking for number 25 over there at third base right now. But she might have more on her mind. 14 extra base hits. Lewis wants to stop that. Runner from first goes. The throw down to second. Not going to be in time as Van Vossen cuts it off. It almost looked like Lewis was trying to get, I believe Lewis was trying to intercept that one. So it's a stolen base for Horka. That'll be her 15th of the year. I'm sure Valpo would have traded the out if it happened to be at second base for the run to score. Foul straight back. One won the count here to Kozik. Reaching the fielder's choice. Beg your pardon, 0-2 to Kozik. Setting up outside. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Misses low, so 1-2 the count to Elizabeth Kozik. Again, reached on that fielder's choice, looking to do some damage here. Big hit, can score 2 and take the lead against the Lake Central Indians here in the third inning. Lewis. This one fouled away and out of play. So still 1-2. We'll do it again. Before you know it, sectionals begin next week. We've already got the draws. We'll talk about that as the game progresses. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Missing upstairs, evens the count at 2. Lewis doesn't want to give in and give a cookie pitch right here in this situation. Understandable. He's trying to work the edges, work around if they can, trying to get a swing and miss opportunity. Kozik playing it smart, though. 2-2. That one's missing outside. Wainwright still checking those runners, make sure nobody's going to advance on her watch. Comes a payoff pitch from Lewis here. On the way. Fouled back again. Good battle here for Kozik. For Valpo. Senior versus sophomore here. The senior batter, the sophomore pitcher. Who wins this battle? Another payoff pitch coming here. Foul back to the screen again. Two on, nobody out. Both runners in scoring position to start this third inning. Valpo trying to get on the board and get the lead if they can. The 3-2. Upstairs, and it's ball 4, so the bases are loaded.
Now batting, third baseman, number 13, Delilah Kincaid.
So Delilah Kincaid with 29 RBIs on the year. She lined out to second base. It was a hot shot right at Van Vossen. And now we'll have time here. It looks like we'll have a pitching change, actually. And it looks like for Lake Central, it'll be number 11, Colby Tressel, to come in.
pitching change, number 11.
So we will step aside for just a moment. You are watching Softball Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Sometimes the hardest part of improving your business isn't coming up with a great idea. It's knowing what to do with it. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services is ready to meet all your industrial and commercial construction needs. Whether it's a small build-out or a complete construction project, Chester will design, build, and finance. Our team eliminates multiple contractors, providing you a single point of contact while staying within your budget. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services, turning your ideas into realities.
Welcome back. Bottom of the third inning here at Lake Central. Valpo with the bases loaded, nobody out. Lake Central with a 1-0 lead as of right now. New pitcher Tressel in. This one fouled back to the screen. Delilah Kincaid on to try to do some damage here. Bringing the pitching change here in just a moment. We know it's Colby Tressel. Give you her numbers in just a moment. That pitch to Kincaid, as that one is thrown foul. But I think did it hit the bat? So I think it's going to be. Is it a dead ball? So asking for a couple more softballs. So they tried to throw down to third, but I think it hit the. Pretty sure it hit the bat of Kincaid, so it just kind of went on to foul territory. Not something you see very often. I think they're having a conversation with coach and umpire now, like, hey, what just happened here? Like, I didn't feel like I got a good explanation. We'll give you those numbers for Tressel, by the way, in 12 appearances this year. 4-0, and they're going to have the umpires are now going to get together. But Tressel 4-0 on the year. In 31 innings pitched, she's given up 21 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. She's walked 3, struck out 34. So we'll see what happens here. So they may rule that a run could score, but if it hit the bat, I don't even know if it hit the bat. But nobody moved on the play, even when it was thrown out to left field. So still after a discussion, we're right back where we were before. So it's still a 1-1 count here on Kincaid with the bases loaded in the top of the third inning. Tressel fires. This one fouled down the right field line. This will get out of play. So 1-2, Lake Central looking for their first out of the inning, and it would be a big out, knowing that you can get forces at any base at this point. Bases juiced for Valpo here in the annual pink game against Lake Central. Comes a 1-2. Missing just outside, 2-2 the count. And I have a pretty perfect view of Lake Central fans and Valpo fans. And for Valpo fans, there's a sense of, oh, okay. And then for Lake Central fans, where did that miss? Neither side's going to like, or one side's not going to like the call either way. The 2-2. Popped up. Will it stay in play? Wainwright behind the dish. Can't make it. I believe it is a foul ball. The umpire rules it is a foul ball. The home plate umpire ruled it a foul ball. So nobody gets to advance. So still 2-2. What an at-bat. What a game so far. The pitch. Missing just outside, and the count is full. Bases are loaded. Nowhere to put her. Tressel's going to have to work some magic here. Kincaid wants to work some magic of her own and deposit one and score some runs. Here's the payoff pitch. On the ground. They throw home. They get the out in time at home. Iwema to the plate, and they get the force at home to Wainwright. And now we got some conversations with fans yelling. I don't know if they were talking about situation on the field. I don't know. There was something, some fans yelling. 6-2 on the putout, though. Everybody moves up a base. A fielder's choice for Kincaid, and now McMillan with a chance to help her cause. Takes the first pitch upstairs for ball one. Still 1-0 Lake Central. One out now here in the inning. Base is still loaded for the Vikings. Foul back to the screen. 1-1. McMillan lined out to center field her last time up. Lake Central defense playing back. The infield wants to try to turn to the outfield in a no double situation if they can. Tressel on in relief. Rocks and fires. That one's in there for a strike. 1-2. Orca on third. Kozik on second. Kincaid at first. McMillan at the dish. Tressel in the circle. The 1-2. This one into right center. This will touch down and roll to the wall. One run is in for Valpo. Here comes the second, and Valpo takes the lead. A third run as the throw comes to the plate, and it's a 3-1 Valpo lead. McMillan helps her cause and gets the 3 RBI double, and we'll have a courtesy runner head out to second base.
Courtesy runner for the pitcher, number 12, Mallory.
So Mallory Daring Farmer making her way as the courtesy runner.
Morgan Higgins.
So courtesy runner for McMillan is Higgins now, who singled her last time up. Still trying to add on the damage. Still only one out for Lake Central. First pitch on the edge for a strike on Higgins. .431 average this year. She's got 12 extra base hits. She's driven in 25. She would like to get number 26 here, make it a 4-1 Valpo lead. She deposits one into right field. Wilkins camps underneath, makes the catch. Runner tags from second, heads to third. Tripp will pick that one up and say hello to Daring Farmer as she steps on the cushion.
Now batting, second baseman, number 2, Megan Sulzer.
So fly out to right, and now Megan Sulzer comes up from the left side of the plate. She got a single her last time up as well. So Lake Central with 2 outs in the inning now. 3 runs in for Valpo. First pitch in there for a strike on the outer edge of the plate. Tressel rocks and fires this one down the third base line, but foul. So 0-2 to Sulzer. Tressel rocks and fires the 0-2. This one just over the head of Iwema. 4th run comes in for Valpo. Middle infield was playing up a little bit, and it just got over the head of Iwema.
Now batting, right fielder, number 14.
So now Addison Simpson makes her way up to the dish. First pitch into Simpson, misses for ball one. 2 for 5 on the day with runners in scoring position is Valpo, but that hit by McMillan. 3 RBI double. This one into center, drifting back Urbanski, and we'll watch this one go. It's a 2-run homer for Simpson. She jumps on the plate, and it's a 6-1 Valpo lead in the third. So now Edison Schultz will come up.
First baseman, number 9, Edison Schultz.
Maddie Wainwright out there talking to Tressel, trying to get her mind right. Tressel, just a freshman out there in the circle. By the way, all pitching changes brought to you by Enigenberg Exteriors, a premier provider of roofing and siding services with over 40 years of experience. Check them out on the web at ebergexteriors.com. That's Berg with a U, by the way. As Schultz digs in. This one on the ground. Iwema picks it up, fires to first and in time. But the damage for Valpo is done because they have scored 6 in the top half of the third. We will go to the bottom of the third inning. You are watching Softball Night here in the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You ready? Let's go! Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
Your future starts
here.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We are in the bottom of the third inning here at Lake Central. Valparaiso putting on a clinic right now. They are putting the herd on. It's a 6-1 lead here in the third. First pitch to Van Vossen. It'll be Van Vossen, Wainwright, and Iwema, your scheduled hitters. The top of the lineup for Lake Central. Batting lineups tonight brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. This one on the ground, bobbled by Sulzer to throw to first, is still in time. So Van Vossen, 2 up, 2 down for her. Now Maddie Wainwright trying to keep her fortunes going. She's got a single, wants to keep that going. First pitch misses for ball 1. Don't forget, we've got awards we're going to hand out at the end of this game. We've got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. McMillan's pitch popped up on the infield. Danielson, the shortstop, picks it up.
Now batting, your shortstop, number
And now
14.
Lexi Iwema, the shortstop, makes her way to the dish. She struck out her last time up, looking to do a little damage here, but Lake Central in jeopardy of going 1-2-3. Not something this lineup does very often. And they don't see themselves trailing in games very often either. First pitch, strike to Iwema. The 0-1. Missing low, 1-1 the count. Hear the fans screaming for both sides, wanting the pitcher to do well, the batter to do well. That pitch misses upstairs, so 2-1 the count here to Lexi Iwema. She's part of the basketball team here that went down to state a couple of years ago for Lake Central. This one on the ground, picked up by Sulzer and over to first, and Lake Central goes 1-2-3. We go to the fourth. It is a 6-1 advantage for Valpo. You're watching Softball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Looking to score great deals on sports and fitness gear? Shop local at Play It Again Sports Maryville. We have new and quality used equipment for baseball, softball, golf, hockey, fitness, and more. Plus, turn your old gear into cash on the spot or create your own discount with store credit for even better deals. Whether you're training, competing, or just getting started, your locally owned Play It Again Sports keeps you in the game.
Welcome back. Softball night here on the Region Sports Network. And now we go to the fourth inning. Maddie Such is in to pitch for the Indians. She will face the lineup of Morris, Horka, and Kozik. This is the lineup that started that third inning. Morris led off that third inning and got a rally going early on as she started things up with a double. Betting lineups brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. First pitch misses for ball one to Ariana Morris. Comes the 1-0 from Such. Foul down the right field line. Hits the fencing just above the Valpo dugout. So 1-1 the count here. Like Central trying to get Valpo to go 1-2-3. Keep them where they're at. We do have action warming up in the Lake Central bullpen as well. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Does appear that Sophia Kambala warming up for Lake Central, just in case. Such misses outside there to Morris. Morris got things started with the hit in the third. Trying to do some more damage here. 2-2 the count to her. Maddie Such has been so reliable for Lake Central. In the circle. Called strike three. First strikeout of the day for Lake Central pitching. Lewis Tressel and now Maddie Such. And now Valpo back to the top of the lineup as Maddie Horka comes up. 1 for 2 on the day. She has reached both times, though. Swing and a miss. Strike one to start things up to her. If you're wondering, reached on an error back in the first. You're like, how does that happen? How do you go 1 for 2, but you're on both times? Well, that's one way. Shows bunt. It's called a strike. So 0-2. Rocks and fires the 0-2, and it just misses outside. A ball and 2 strikes now. There's called strike 3, back-to-back strikeouts here in the 4th.
The catcher, number 10, Elizabeth Kosick.
Kozak now comes up here. The catcher is 0 for 1, has a walk and scored a run in the 3rd. First pitch. That's going to be a appeal, and it's going to be a strike as she did make an attempt at it. Just like that, 0-1 to Kozak. Here comes the pitch. 0-2. Such waiting for the pitch call. She's got it and fires 0-2. It just misses outside. 1-2. So many times she gets out there and it's a good morning, good afternoon, and good night on 3 pitches. This one a squibber down to short. Iwima tosses over to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Lake Central, and they will come up in the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching Softball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Located in the heart of downtown Indianapolis, the newly renovated Hampton Inn is within walking distance to over 30 restaurants and attractions, including Lucas Oilfield and Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a fitness center. Why wait? Make your reservations today. Call 317-261-1200 or make them on the web at hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Bottom of the 4th inning here in St. John as the Lake Central Indians play host to the Valparaiso Vikings, the annual pink game here at Lake Central. Tripp, Such, and Beals, your scheduled hitters in the bottom of this 4th inning. Batting lineups brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. Lake Central finds themselves in a spot that they're usually not in, and that's trailing in a game, and they're down 6-1 here at home against the Vikings. Final conference matchup of the year, final regular season game for Lake Central, the penultimate game for the Valparaiso Vikings. That pitch to Tripp is outside, so 1-1 the count to her. Virginia Tech commit. Grounded up to her position last time over at third base. This one fouled away at the dish. Looking to get on. Lake Central trailing by 5, needs some base runners. 547 batting average on the year. That went down just a little bit with that grounder in the first. Cleanup hitter for Lake Central. Has some pop in that bat. This one chopped to the ground. It's going to be a foul ball. Getting it back in, back to McMillan over there was Kozak. She was all over that one. Getting it back to Kozak, making sure she's got that. This one on the ground. This will get through for a hit for Tripp. So Lake Central needs the base runners. They get one there.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 13, Maddie.
So now Maddie Such, who's come in relief. She was the designated player and is now officially your pitcher in this one here. She also grounded to third her last time up, and it's now a pop-up to the outfield, and it's Horka there for the catch. So ground out, fly out for Maddie Such, and now Sophia Beals, the first baseman, making her way to the dish. Tripp was running on that pitch to Maddie Such, so we'll see if she gets another opportunity here to try to get a stolen base. Tripp with 14 stolen bases on the year. This one fouled back. This will get out of play. And the traditional yell of heads up when a ball popped up like that. McMillan fires. Pitch missing. Nope, in there for a strike. Beg your pardon. 1-2. The count to Beals. This one down the right field line. This will get out of play. Down that right field line. So still 1-2 here to Beals. Don't forget to stay with us after the game. We'll have the Proud Union Home Play of the game presented by Ironworkers 395. That pitch missing outside. To find out how you can become a Union Ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. So 2-2. Count here now. This one in the air. Horka camping underneath in center and makes the catch. 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth. So a leadoff single from Tripp and then back-to-back flyouts to Horka out there in center. And now Emma Wilkins makes her way to the dish. She drove one out to right center her last time up. Got Lake Central that lone run. She'd like to do that again. Cut the deficit in half if she can. First pitch in there for a called strike right down Main Street there. Wilkins came in today batting .312. She hit her 11th extra base hit of the season earlier. Trying to do a little bit more damage for Lake Central, at least trying to keep the lineup moving. That pitch misses outside. Tripp down to second. The ball gets into center field. So she's credited with the stolen base to get the runner in scoring position now. For Tripp, it's her 15th stolen base of the year. This one skips in there and gets a little bit away from Kozik, but not far enough. Two and one the count. This one into left. Down for a hit. Tripp makes the turnaround third, and she's in to score. It's an RBI single for Wilkins. Lake Central with 2 runs. Wilkins with 2 RBIs.
Now batting your left fielder, number 21, Callie Ramirez.
So Callie Ramirez now, the sophomore who got a double her last time up, wants to keep it moving for the Indians here. It's McMillan checks in from the dugout to see what she's going to throw. She's got it. Here's the first pitch. Misses for ball 1. This is up and out. 2-0 to Callie Ramirez. She would like to get on base any way she can. If not, depositing one out into deep outfield territory. I'm there for a strike, 2-1. Time called at the plate, so get a little bit of a reset for not only McMillan, but for Ramirez as well. This one down the right field line. It'll get out of play, though. Hear the chirping going on for both sides, trying to get their respective team going here. Lake Central's trying to be just a little bit louder as they trail on the scoreboard 6-2. Piper Urbanski awaits. That pitch misses low. 3-2. Now it's full. Upstairs, and it's ball 4. So 2 on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. This is one thing you know about Lake Central if you've watched softball the number of years. Lake Central can score in multitudes at any given time. Can't give them opportunities. Piper Urbanski coming up here. She grounded out to first her last time up at batting .446 on the year coming into today. Takes the first pitch for a strike. 2 on, 2 out, 1 in for Lake Central here in this bottom of the 4th inning. Trailing by 4. Tying run in the on-deck circle. That one comes over the head of Urbanski. Lake Central would like to cut into this lead just a little bit more. Maybe scrape across one more run if possible. McMillan says absolutely not from the first base side. This one popped into center. And it's caught out there in center by Horka. She made all the outs this inning. Lake Central does get one more. It's 6-2. You're watching Softball Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
On-Site Generator Solutions is a locally owned and operated power partner for Northwest Indiana homes. With over 14 years of experience, they handle tasks such as generators, residential electric, plumbing, automotive care, and more. You can find them on Facebook. Give them a call at 219-516-6800 or search them up on the web at onsitegeneratorsolutions.com. On-Site Generator Solutions. Power you could count on every time, everywhere.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Top of the 5th. Here on Softball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Scheduled hitters here in the 5th inning. Kincaid, McMillan, and Higgins for the Valparaiso Vikings. Next pitch from Such. Misses for a ball. 2-0. The count to Kincaid. Swung on and missed. 2-1. Kincaid over 2 on the day. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd and then lined out in the 1st. Looking to do some damage here in the 5th. Valpo leading at 6-2. This one on the ground. Iwema picks it up, throws to first, and in time for the out. Lake Central pitching has now retired 5 in a row for the Valparaiso Vikings. First pitch misses for ball 1 here against McMillan, who's got the big knock in this one. A 3 RBI double in that third inning where Valpo scored 6 runs. Checked her swing. It's a called strike anyway. Barfeld, she made the attempt at it, so 0-2 on McMillan. 0-2, fouled away, so we'll do it again. McMillan, your pitcher today for the Valparaiso Vikings, been holding Lake Central to just the 2 runs. A lot of pitchers would be loving that right about now. That one fouled away. Comes an 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. First strikeout swinging for the Valparaiso Vikings. Third strikeout of the day. Maddie Such with all 3 of those. Morgan Higgins comes to the dish. 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch in there for a... Nope, I beg your pardon. It was high, so 1-0. That pitch comes in there for a strike, so evens the count at 1 here to Morgan Higgins. As we mentioned, 1 for 2 on the day. Got a single in the second, flew out in the third inning. She was thrown out at home on a 1-2, 5-2 putout and swung on and missed there, 1-2. Comes another 1-2. This one popped up. Wainwright couldn't gather that one in. That one upstairs, so evens the count at 2 to Higgins. As mentioned, Valpo leading this one 6-2. Here at the top of the 5th. Swung on and missed. We go to the bottom of the 5th. They hold on to that 6-2 lead. You're watching Softball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Get Pulse technology on your team. Hit a home run with our managed print and copier services, IT and technology solutions, office furniture and design services, office supplies, scoreboards, and AV solutions.
Have you heard? Stratton-Manteau was voted Best of the Region 2025 in several categories, including Best Caterer, Deli, Flower Shop, Food and Grocery Delivery, Fried Chicken, Place to Buy Produce, Place to Buy Seafood, Loyalty Program, and Grocery Store. We're proud to be recognized by our community, and we're committed to continuing to deliver the variety, value, and convenience you deserve. See for yourself what it means to be the best when you shop at Stratton-Manteau.
To keep up with all things Region Sports, be sure to check out our social media pages. We're always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and our website at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. And now Michaela Van Vossen is the only runner on the base path right now as she is hit by the pitch to start this bottom of the 5th inning. McMillan still in pitching for Valpo. Van Vossen leading off this bottom of the 5th inning. Takes the hit by pitch and now brings up Maddie Wainwright, the top of the lineup for Lake Central. Batting lineup's brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. Try to throw down to first. Not going to be in time. 1-0 the count to Wainwright, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Singled back in the first. Popped out in the second. That pitch skips in. Van Vossen teetering off of first base a little bit. Kozik doesn't like how far she's getting, so trying to keep her honest, keep her over there a little bit. And Van Vossen is thrown out at second base. I think they deemed that she left early. So I think they're going to have a appeal with the base umpire to see if he saw the same thing, see if there's anything different. So, Wainwright still up here. 2-0 the count. I believe the count is 2-0 on Wainwright here. Pitch misses outside, so 3-0. And for Lake Central, obviously trailing on the scoreboard 6-2. They're looking for base runners, so getting runners out at either leaving too early or throwing out at second base. Not what you want to do in this situation, especially when Wainwright, such a talented hitter at that. Looking for a walk here. This one ticketed out to left center. Drifting back is Horka, and she has the catch. On the run. Nice move out there for Maddie Horka. She's getting everything out in her direction. So now Lexi Iwema makes her way to the plate. Last time these three, the top of the lineup for Lake Central came up, it went 1-2-3. Not something that Lake Central does very often. Chopped on the ground. It'll be a foul ball down that first baseline. So Iwema will have another opportunity here. Iwema 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout, ground out. Looking to keep this lineup for Lake Central moving. Get some base runners. That pitch misses for a ball. 1-1. That one misses low, so 2-1 at the count here. Top three in the Lake Central lineup, 1 for 7 today. Iwema looking to change that. On the ground, right to first base, and they'll step on the cushion as Schultz. 1 for 8 on the day for the top three in the Lake Central lineup. We go to the 6th inning. Valpo leads at 6-0. You're watching Softball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
We welcome back to Softball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Maddie Such still in the circle for the Lake Central Indians. Sulcer shows bunt, comes right above us. Was fully expecting Thomas to jump out of the booth to try to catch that one, but to no avail there. It's just over my head, actually. But I have a window in front of me. Thomas has got the open window, so you guys can see all the great sights from his camera. Rule of thumb, though, Thomas, always protect the equipment first. That's how that works. 0-2 the count here to Sulcer. Takes that one upstairs. Sulcer, Simpson, and Schultz. Betting lineups brought to you today by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. The 0-2, or the 1-2, misses outside. Now evens the count. This one down the left field line. It's a fair ball. Just a over trip. Now digging into second, and the tag at second is in time. Trying to stretch it to a double. Sulcer does get credit with the single.
Right fielder, number 14, Edison Simpson.
Lake Central had retired the previous 7 batters for Valparaiso. So Sulcer gets the single there, but thrown out at second base. First pitch strike to Simpson. Simpson 1 for 1 of the day. A sacrifice bunt in the second, and then a 2-run home run in the third. Called strike, and quickly 0-2 on her. Oh, 2 pitch on the outer edge for called strike 3.
Now batting first baseman, number 9, Edison Schultz.
Strike 1 to Schultz. 5 strikeouts for Maddie Such. It's 5 strikeouts for Lake Central pitching. Lake Central and their third pitcher here in this one. So many things that Lake Central not used to experiencing in a game on a regular basis, and now quickly 0-2. But fighting through the adversity here, but still trailing where it matters most. Down by 4 on the scoreboard. That one comes upstairs. So 1-2 the count with 2 away here in the 6th. Such delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's 6 strikeouts since the 4th inning got started. She's getting 2 strikeouts per inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Lake Central trails by 4. You're watching Softball Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance.
Tripp hits one back up the middle and into the circle where McMillan picks that one up. And just like that, 1-3 on the putout. And Maddie Such makes her way to the dish. You're used to watching Lake Central softball. Certainly not the numbers you're used to seeing in this one here. And Valparaiso very happy about that. This one lined in, caught by Kincaid over at third. Right now, just unfortunately, the last regular season game of the year just feels snake bitten for this Lake Central lineup, and Valparaiso will take it all day long. Lake Central hoping to go undefeated in conference play. That is in jeopardy here. Bottom of the sixth inning, that's a called strike to Sophia Beals, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Lake Central does have 5 hits on the day. But trailing on the scoreboard where it matters, and they're down by 4 there. That pitch in there for a strike, so 1-2. Comes a 1-2. On the ground, slow roller, Kincaid wide of first base. Beals had to slow down at second. She does slide in safely. She kind of got caught up with the first baseman Schultz over there a little bit. Kind of bobbled around first, but she's able to get in. It is a 2-out on-base attempt there, and I think that's what Coach Tovar is going to ask as well. They're also going to get a courtesy runner for Sophia Beals, and that'll be Caitlin Streiler. So Kincaid with the air. That's her 10th of the season. Home plate umpire getting back into position here with Emma Wilkins digging in at the plate here. Runner on second, Lake Central trailing by 4. Wilkins 2 for 2 today. First pitch in there for a called strike. Wilkins a solo home run in the second and an RBI single in the fourth, so she's good in those even innings. We're in the 6th right now. That pitch missing low, 2-0 the count to her. It's 23 RBIs on the season now. She's got one out there at second base. She'd like to drive in, cut the deficit in half. This one skips away. Down to third goes Beals on the wild pitch. That pitch missing just outside. 3-1. Comes the 3-1. Misses low. So the base on balls, Wilkins has been on all 3 times today, and now Callie Ramirez, who has also been on both times. And so we do have awards we're going to be handing out at the end of this one. We got the Crowd Company as the Lantern Man Superhero of the game. We got the Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Proud to recognize the superheroes on the softball diamond. We've also got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Then, of course, the Proud Union Home Play of the game. Brought to you by Iron Workers Local 395. To find out how you can become a union iron worker, visit ironworkers395.com. Two away here in this sixth inning. Two on, though, for Lake Central. Callie Ramirez. This one back into the circle. The throw to first is in time and ends the threat. We go to the seventh and final inning of regulation. Valpo leads it 6-2. You're watching Softball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
We go to the seventh inning here at Lake Central. It is a 6-2 ball game. Valparaiso leads this one in the final conference game of the year for both Valpo and Lake Central, in the regular season at least. Ariana Morris will lead things off. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Maddie Such still in the circle. Misses for ball 1. Hit in the third, strikeout in the fourth. Her first at-bat since that fourth inning. That's because going down 1, 2, 3 in the innings since Maddie Such entered the circle for Lake Central. Swing and a miss. It's been a whole lot of that. 1 and 2 in case you're just joining us here on the Region Sports Network. If you are, where you been? We've been having a fun time here in the annual pink game here between Lake Central and Valpo. And another strikeout recorded by Maddie Such.
Now batting, center fielder, number
Her 7th here since she entered the game. First pitch strike to the leadoff hitter, Maddie Horka, as well. 109 strikeouts on the year now for Maddie Such. She came in today 102. This one bunted down the first base line. The throw to first is in time. And Horka can't believe it. 3-4 on the putout. The old 3-4 putout. They picked up that bunt there. Beal's able to read it well. This will bring up Elizabeth Kozik now. Or Kozik, excuse me. First pitch, strike. Kozik over 2 on the day. She did walk and score a run in the third. Just trying to keep something alive here in the 7th. Lake Central trails by 4. 7 innings regulation here in high school. 0-2 to Kozik. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. 8 strikeouts. 110 strikeouts for Maddie Such on the year. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Lake Central trailing by 4. You're watching Softball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Sometimes the hardest part of improving your business isn't coming up with a great idea. It's knowing what to do with it. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services is ready to meet all your industrial and commercial construction needs. Whether it's a small build-out or a complete construction project, Chester will design, build, and finance. Our team eliminates multiple contractors, providing you a single point of contact while staying within your budget. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services, turning your ideas into realities.
We go to the bottom of the 7th here in St. John. Valpo leads by 4. Lake Central needs base runners if they want to take this to the 8th inning or walk it off here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Piper Urbanski misses outside for ball 1. After Urbanski, we go back to the top of the lineup for Lake Central, Van Vossen and Wainwright. This one up in the air, left center. Horka picks it up as she slaps the leather together for out number 1. A lot of flyouts to center as Michaela Van Vossen, 0 for 2 on the day, got hit by a pitch in the 5th. Going to try to keep this lineup moving. We mentioned top 3 in the Lake Central lineup. Not the numbers you would be used to seeing when you see Lake Central playing a softball game. First pitch to her misses for ball 1. Ellie McMillan has been putting on a clinic here in the circle today for Valparaiso against the Indians. Van Vossen down the left field line and caught out there by Morris. 2 away. And now Maddie Wainwright is the last opportunity for Lake Central, the last chance here in the bottom of the 7th. On the lineup keeps moving with Iwema. One for 3 on the day for Wainwright. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. McMillan with just 2 strikeouts on the day, but is doing really good work. This one lined and through for a base hit. So Wainwright 2 for 4 on the day, just as she was the last time these two teams got together. So it keeps the lineup moving. And this brings up Lexi Iwema, who was 0 for 3 on the day, looking for her first knock to keep the lineup moving. We got time called on the bases. I think they're waiting to get the sliding mid on for Wainwright. Tying run for Lake Central in the hole. First pitch skips in there for ball 1 on Lexi Iwema. Patient hitter with some pop in her bat, no question about it. 27 extra base hits. She's driven in 57. But she's looking to just try to be a base runner here. McMillan trying to close this door, though. In the air to center. Horka going back. Horka with the catch. And Valpo gets the victory. And you can see the elation on the faces, McMillan included. The Valparaiso Vikings coming to town in the annual Pink Game and get the win 6-2. What an impressive performance by Kylie McMillan in the circle today to silence these Lake Central bats for the most part, only allowing 2 runs. We'll crunch the numbers. We'll step aside for just a moment. We'll have the awards on the other side of the break. You are watching Softball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. It's 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
Your future starts
here.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Welcome back to Softball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here on site here in St. John. Valparaiso getting the 6-2 victory over Lake Central in the Pink Game. Honoring those battling breast cancer in this one. The fight continues and everyone stands with those in that fight. We've got some awards we're going to hand out here right now. We'll name the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. The Crowd Company is proud to recognize superheroes on the softball diamond. We got to go with Kylie McMillan, who went the distance in this one today, went the full 7 innings, only giving up a handful of hits, 6 hits in fact, only allowing 2 runs though, and that's really the difference right there, only allowing 2 runs against a potent Lake Central lineup. And then not only did McMillan pitch well in the circle, she also got a huge 3-run double in the third, which helped break the game open for Valparaiso. So Kylie McMillan, your Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. Now for the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. We're going to go with Emma Wilkins in this one for the Lake Central Indians. She was on all 3 times today. Had a solo home run and an RBI single as well, and then played a great game out in right field. She also had a walk in the game as well. So reaching all 3 times, grabbing the 2 lone Lake Central RBIs in this one. So Emma Wilkins, your Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Now for your Proud Union Home Play of the Game, brought to you by Ironworkers Local 395. For more information on the apprenticeship program, check out ironworkers395.com. We got the replay here for you. Queuing that one up, the Region Sports replay. And it's Kylie McMillan, we mentioned it just a moment ago, with the 3 RBI double in the 3rd inning, helped break the game open for the Valparaiso Vikings. They get the win 6-2, and 3 of those runs coming off the bat of Kylie McMillan, who helped her cause in getting the win here today in St. John. What an impressive performance by her. And Maddie Such also doing a great job when she came in and relieved 8 strikeouts when she came in. So something noteworthy at the end of that one. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our operations manager, Rich Castillo. Our coordinating producer is Zach Miller, and our sports director, Mike Dewan. Zach Sinelli working the production today, doing a great job, with Thomas Marsh working the camera as well. Guys always doing a phenomenal job. Love to work with all of you. Special thanks to Tracy Corneal, the Valparaiso head coach, along with Yvette Tovar of Lake Central for giving us everything we needed for the game today, along with the athletic directors for Valparaiso. You got Stacy Adams, and then for Lake Central, Chris Anyard. And, of course, you, the viewers, on the IHSAA Champions Network, regionsports.com, YouTube Region Sports, and Facebook Region Sports Nation. Without you all, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So thank you very much. Plenty more action coming your way in terms of, I think there's still track and field going on. Boys volleyball is heading to regionals. We got baseball, softball sectionals making their way right around the corner. So plenty to tune into here on the Region Sports Network over the coming weeks as we get into the holiday weekend. So for that, I'm Michael Brenner. Thanks for tuning into the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tonight's broadcast is made possible by Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Ironworkers Local 395, proud to be union. Four Seasons Mechanical, quality and comfort is our guarantee. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn. Pulse Technology, leading the way in technological innovation for over 70 years. Visit Michigan City LaPorte, closer than you think, better than you imagine. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn, downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.